Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Happy Friday Eve. This is another episode of Politics with Pan. I'm your host, Pan. With my mama named me Christian. I got my player partner in the building, Mr. the crooner of the century, Mr. Jack Freeman. R&B's very own, Houston's very own. Thank you for joining us on the show today.
Thank you for having me, man. Appreciate it, man. It's good to see you.
Man, likewise, man. For those of you who don't know, Jack and I went to Prairie View together. He was one of the buffest guys on the yard. And he's still one of the buffest guys I know, but also very strong vocally. An amazing artist, you know what I'm saying? Forthright entertainer. Tell them about yourself a little bit, Jack.
Man, I wouldn't say I'm the buffest one on the yard, but I
Buffest.
I get it in a little bit. Man, north side of Houston, Texas, born and raised, R&B singer. The album Nina is out right now. We're working on the next one right now to drop that, hopefully drop something for that hopefully real soon. And I'm here doing Politics with Pan today.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on the platform, Doctor. Tell me a little bit about Nina.
So it's the first album I did with Bryan Michael Cox as the executive producer. Man, it's just like I live in the space of creating love songs. Like that's what I like to talk about, and like real love songs. And I like the things that go into falling in love, falling out of love, and making love, and things like that. And so Nina itself is an idea per se. Like I think a frequently asked question for musicians is, who is the person that you wrote the song for?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm creating a world where it's like a rom-com or like a romance film where one of the main characters is the love interest throughout, as opposed to like writing collection of songs and then they're all different situations about different women. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically a television series with one main love interest, but just in music form.
Yeah. Like an audio movie.
Yeah, kind of like that. So and all the stories are just they're based they're based on real life, but the name is fictional, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. So there is no real Nina.
No, not per se. I mean, there probably is one, but but her name just ain't Nina. Yeah.
Okay, because the ladies want to know who Nina is. I'm sure they ask you.
They ask all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure they ask. Jackson, who you named this after? Who is that?
You.
I ain't seen on your Instagram. I ain't seen the you ain't posting nowadays close friends.
Yeah. And they're not gonna see it either anyway. So they're not gonna see it no way.
Well, so these two tracks that you sent me are they from the new album?
Yeah, so these are from Nina, the deluxe. So I decided. So MVP was a single we dropped last year on radio, but we actually did a remix with Corey Moe and Big Crit. So I thought it would be fun to play that one.
Yeah, man. Yes, man. Before you even tell them about the second one, because I like how you segued into that. Right, this boy got Corey Moe and Big Crit on the track, and when he
shout
sent
out
the
Corey
track,
Moe and Big Crit.
Shout out Corey Moe. This is Southern playalistic. You know what I'm saying? Kind of jammer. You know what I mean? It got that. Yeah, it got that. And I want to get on into that real quick. Just give them a little bit of it, you know what I'm saying? And you can go and find them. Is it I am Jack Freeman on everything? Is that where they can find you on the DSPs?
It's I am Jack Freeman on Instagram, and then you can on the DSPs just look up Jack Freeman.
Just look up Jack Freeman. So if you like what you hear, you can see the Instagram handle on the bottom. Go get that boy a like, you know what I'm saying? Show him some love in the DMs, you know what I'm saying? Ladies, ask him who Nina is. And we're going to listen to this MVP Corey Moe remix featuring Big Crit. Let's go and get into it. And then we're going to talk shit about Donald Trump a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I'm with that.
You're my MVP. You're more than a lover. Better than my favorite song played on repeat. Me and you together spell 1, 4, 3. 1, 4, 3, baby. Make your love come down, yeah. You're my MVP.
We been the winning team. I put the numbers up to gain your trust. The wonder plus, raise a cup, present the ring. This ain't no halfway, this is everything. I be your shield and armor, fighting off the drama with every swing. They ain't a seat across a mountain I won't climb. From the heights of the divine, just the best within your shine. As the waters fall down from the heavens, I provide when the tide rise. If you let me carry on the weight of the world when it gets heavy. This love is flown above the storms to smooth and steady. Feet on the ground, build a home. If you ready for me to fertilize the garden that's in your belly. You're my MVP.
You're more than a lover, better than my favorite song played on repeat. Me and you together spell 1, 4, 3. 1, 4, 3, baby. Love come down like water from Mount Fiji. Make your love come down, yeah. You're my MVP. This ain't no sativa high. It's 24/7. All day, all day. And I ain't scared to take these vows right in front of the Reverend. Yeah. And I can say how I feel about you night and day. As soon as I get the call, I'll be there right away. Ooh. Cause the love you got can heal with just one touch. Just one touch. And just one hit of you picks me up. I need you to know that straight from God Almighty, ain't nothing else like you. Oh, you, yeah. MVP. More than a lover, MVP.
Ain't a lot, Jack. That's a certified jammer right there.
Man, I appreciate it, man. The original version of that was my first Billboard entry last year. So
Oh,
we reached
word.
top 30 or top 25 last year on radio. So it was
Yeah.
dope. Yeah.
We're gonna drop a pan bomb for that. We're gonna yeah, that's all right, man. Nah, that was awesome. I like that. This ain't no sativa high. This all day. I like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you was
yeah,
talking that talk. That is
yeah.
MVP. You can find that on Nina, and you can find that on all DSPs. Just go ahead and look up Jack Freeman, and you can follow that man right here. I am Jack Freeman on all social.
On them boys.
Yeah, on them boys. I love
Yeah.
a good R&B track. I'm listening to Salvation, Black Love. What's the book called? Hold on. Let me not butcher this lady's artwork. Let me not do that. What is it called? It's called Salvation, Black People and Love. It is by Bell Hooks.
Okay,
And
I've never read that book.
so Bell Hooks is, I like to read it because she challenges everything that I feel like I've known, like as a man, as far as like what a man is, what men are supposed to do, how we're
Right,
supposed to
right, right,
behave. She definitely challenges every thought that I had ever been taught, as far as like how I'm supposed to show up in the world as a man. And
right,
she's
right, right, right.
definitely doing that right now in this book. And in the book, she's talking about the music, right? The music that we listen to specifically as Black people, and
Mm-hmm.
how our music switched from being these ballads of love to being these songs of, denigration and disrespect and,
Right.
and like war, right? Against the
Mm-hmm.
sexes and stuff like that. And,
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to, was it Bobby Womack today?
Mm-hmm.
And Bobby say woman's gotta have, she
Mm-hmm.
gotta know
Mm-hmm.
that she needed around,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta
Mm-hmm.
make her feel it. And
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like you telling her that she's your MVP, it's in that same pocket, right? It is
Mm-hmm.
showing love and reverence for somebody that you have a soul connection with. And I think that we are really missing that, like in our music, but also in our community, like as Black people. I think that the music is a really broad reflection of how we like interact.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think I try to tell artists this all the time that when you come out, you need to have a firm idea of who you want to be as an artist.
Hmm.
And a lot of that has to do with you having a firm idea of who you are as a person. And because you got to understand that, like, if you have the success that you think you want to have, you got to be proud of the thing you gave them.
Hmm.
if that makes sense. So like if you make a bullshit song and you don't like the song, but it goes viral and it's the thing that makes you famous,
Yeah.
you got to stand on that for a long time until you give them something else. And as an artist, we also have to remember that we are putting out vibrations and energy that you got to be okay with.
Mm-hmm.
So you could be the most gangster of gangster rappers, but you also got to know that your shows are going to be filled with people that have that kind of energy,
Yeah.
and your listeners are going to have that kind of energy, and the vibrations are gonna come, the energy's gonna come back. If you wanna, we can all make whatever we want to make. We can work and do whatever in our music, but we also got to remember that it comes back at some point, and it is fun sometimes when you out and you hear it. But we also got to remember that that's like kind of how people are gonna label you for as long as they're gonna label you. So our favorite artists are the ones that have a balance of things
Mm-hmm.
within them. So they can give you free stuff and can also tell you about, their life and how they feel and how they look at how they see life from a more serious perspective. Or and when you put out love all the time, when you write love songs, you'll only get the lovers back.
Yeah.
And speaking of what you're saying about it, it has in a lot of ways turned into what I would say is that the mainstream of it isn't necessarily geared around love and like staying together. It is a battle of the sexes sometimes. It is
Yeah.
a constant fight within ourselves about what we should be doing, and we deserve what this person should be doing for me, really not much about what I should be doing for the greater good
Yeah.
or the
Yeah.
scheme of things. And I was just saying this last night, like I don't write music, I don't make music for people that don't like black women.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So like, and that could run the gamut of anything. You can be heterosexual, homosexual, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. You can like women, whatever, but you have to have a profound respect for black women
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
specifically,
Mm-hmm.
first and foremost,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
or else you're just not gonna understand that I'm talking about.
Yeah. I can dig that.
So
I can dig
it's
that. And I think that is a great segue into, what I'm saying, my first topic of the night, right? Our Carrot Top president decided that he wanted to have a trailer park party on the front lawn of the White House.
hmm
Um,
hmm
that octagon was a monstrosity. It
it
looked
was
crazy.
it was ridiculous.
It
You know,
looked disgusting.
bro, what I've said for years about MAGA specifically is that not only are their politics just awful,
Hmm.
just across the board, but they have no taste.
None at all.
Like everything that they do is tacky,
Extremely
tasteless.
tacky.
It's whether it be the MAGA hat or the Trump shoes. Remember the Trump shoes? An
Hmm.
awful
Hmm.
shoe. It's an
Hmm.
awful silhouette.
Disgusting.
Just disgusting. All of the signage, the overly done red, white, and blue, the stars everywhere. That whatever this that shit that was holding the lights at the ring at UFC. It's just like the way he's like redoing the inside of the White House with all the gold, all that
But
fake gold.
people who can't dress, right? I remember when
Yeah,
I got to Prairie View and they would talk about people who couldn't dress, and and no,
yeah,
and I would like all of my country people to know that this is not a dig, right? This is just
yeah,
what I
yeah, yeah,
learned,
yeah.
right? If you came to Prairie View and you was from some smaller country town in Texas,
hmm
the people from the city normally say you dressed soulful,
Soulful,
right? Right? They
soulful,
would say that was the
and those
word.
fighting words.
Right? They was like, "Ooh, that's a soulful nigga right there," right?
Yeah.
Like, but but
Nigga, this soulful nigga.
the MAGAs, they are soulful, right? Like they
Yeah,
have that kind of like, I don't know how to dress, and I'm also from the middle of nowhere fashion, where they'll
it
go and get
is.
like an entire Gucci outfit, and it'll be like G's everywhere,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it'll be
yeah.
like
They
that
like
body
like
gold.
yeah, Gucci didn't make
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
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 like
yeah, yeah. Like
yeah,
that one piece, right? Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Donald Trump, you feel me, with the velour, like, you know what I'm saying? Like your cousin that was in jail for a long time and you still
Yeah,
got
yeah,
the velour sweatsuits in the
yeah,
back. Like that's
Yeah.
how the white boy with the braids, UFC, right? Like that's what
Yeah.
he get me, right?
Yeah.
Like, we like, I'm finna go hang out with Bubba and we gonna smash beer cans on our foreheads.
Yeah. And
Like,
there and roll around in the grass and
yeah, and if
and
Bubba
then
ever got really, really, really rich, Bubba would line his house with gold. There would be no
he would get a
contrast
triple
color.
wide trailer.
Yeah, and it would be solid gold, right? And he would
Yeah.
he would have
Decked
a
out.
solid gold shitter, and he would be
Yeah.
telling everybody about it. Yeah, I got a solid gold shitter, bud. Come look
Yeah.
at it. Yeah,
Get
yeah,
his
yeah.
get his mullet touched up every 2 days. Like
Yes.
it's all bad. And then,
Yeah, for sure.
marry his cousin, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
like,
like it's a it's just so tacky, bro. It's just all like, and it's so proud of being tacky.
oh
And it
man.
even goes to like what they call the Mar-a-Lago face, when they all the women that get deep into the MAGA thing, they go and they get the Botox and they all look crazy.
Oh,
Everybody
they
looks crazy.
like the plumpy, like the plump face.
They
Just
all look crazy. Like who was it? Bobart and what's her name? Ann Coulter and what's the girl name? The one that don't nobody listen to no more, Tommy Lauren.
the
And
Mar-a-Lago face.
yeah, what's old
Oh
girl's name?
man.
Yeah, Lauren Bobart, she looked crazy. There's another one that looks insane. She looks
Wow.
what's the girl's name that
We
is
finna
it's
share
not
this screen.
yeah.
I'm finna,
Um
I'm finna pull it up.
Christine Known face. Yeah, let's type in Mar-a-Lago face. It
Here
is
we go.
insane.
Here we go.
Yeah, yeah,
Mar-a-Lago
yeah.
face.
Yeah, look at that, bro.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Look at it. It looks insane, don't it? It looks
That's
yeah.
why
It
would they
looks
do
like
that to themselves?
because they think that shit fly, like they don't have taste. Look at their face,
Man,
bro.
she was so pretty.
Yeah, they look. Yeah, she was a pretty lady. And then
Man,
look at them. Look at her. Look at
she
Christy Nome.
looks nothing like herself.
Christy Nome looks like she looks.
She looks
She
like
looks.
Barbie.
Yeah, she looks rolled wet and hung dry.
That's
Like,
crazy.
look at that. Look at that, bro. Just all Mar-a-Lago face. It's all
Mar-a-Lago
crazy.
face. That's
Don't.
crazy. The
Yeah,
things, this picture of Erica Kirk will never die for
is
me.
never
It is
ever
never ever gonna die for me.
never. Let me
Like
put.
she had, like, when you read Negro history and
Yeah.
you learn about the atrocities
Hmm.
that the wives of the slave masters would portray, would
Hmm.
put on to black people. She
Hmm.
just got that I would burn you with a
Yeah.
pitchfork. Ah,
She has the eye of a woman that would lie and tell massa that you raped them,
yes. Yes. Like in
or
school,
whistled at them walking down the street.
I remember, and some people used to tell me that my fear was irrational, but I used to have this fear of like dating a white woman and that happening to me, so much
Oh
to the
man.
fact where I came up with, I am going to have any woman that I engage in romance with, she gonna have to sign a contract
Yeah. And consent
because,
form.
but
Yeah.
like that was when we was in high school and like so
Hmm.
many boys was going to jail for like dating
Hmm.
white women, like left
Hmm.
and right. And I was a high school football player
Yep.
and I was living in California and there was a lot of beautiful white women around. And the fact
Yeah.
that I had to be afraid of
Yeah.
going to jail because
Yeah.
I had eyes for a white woman, I had to reevaluate what I wanted for myself.
It's tough. It's a very real situation in a lot of ways, man. And I'm not even like it's just I don't even have the words for, especially when you're talking to those
Dog.
ones right there, the Mar-a-Lago face ones. Those they are the voice of the Karens.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's extremely insane. It's extremely insane. Everybody in MAGA looks ridiculous.
Like they get needles
Like,
stuck in their face all the
yeah,
time.
they get needles stuck in their face all the time. They all look like they did everything that we accused them
For sure, for sure, for
of.
sure.
Like they,
I imagine that like they look like what the Romans look like in the Bible. Like when they talk about like
yeah,
how the Romans did all the stuff in the Bible, I
yeah,
imagine that they look just like the Romans. Like even
yeah,
before they had this technology, I'm sure that those people was finding some kind of way to make their
yeah,
face skinny. Like they was
yeah.
doing it. Like
Did you watch the fight?
no, I did not actually. I
I
don't know
didn't.
what I was doing.
It was. I didn't watch it, but it looked like a White House trailer park hillbilly hullabaloo mandingo fight.
I would, that's what I got from it. That's what I got what it was gonna
Hmm.
be. I did see that Derek Lewis got knocked out, which sucks.
Yeah.
I hate to see that. But
Hmm.
he got knocked out by the guy, what's his name? Josh Hokick, who
Yeah.
called Michelle Obama a man,
Yep.
which due to your dick, right? Like
Yep. Yep.
there's no reason, right? My auntie got on my Facebook. One of the homies was making a comment, and he a white dude, and he's like, "Why
Hmm.
is it racist that he calling her a man?" And I don't understand. I don't expect my white homies to understand racism. Like, let me
Right.
just put that out there. And if
Yeah.
you's a Negro and you are expecting your white counterparts to understand racism, you
Hmm.
are in for a long road in life.
You should
Because
actually, at this point in my life, I think that you should actually be pleasantly surprised when you find those that do. Like, I think you should go in on a default of just like, I don't expect this white person to know anything about racism or how it functions or whatever. But if you do and you have a full grasp of it, which I do believe that there's a good number of them who do, I'm pleasantly surprised by them. But your default is, I just don't think you understand it.
no, for sure. I was doing my phone calls, and I'm calling the black delegates,
Hmm.
and I ended up on the phone with a white man, and
Hmm.
I was shocked. And he was
Yeah,
like, "Yeah, I'm a member of the NAACP here where I live, and I'm on this committee, and I'm on that committee, and
it's amazing. Yeah.
I'm dedicated to helping black people in their cause." And
Hmm.
I was shocked. I was like, "Oh my god!"
I
Like,
was floored. Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I wanted to say thank you, right? But like,
Hmm.
but I paused, right? Because thank you. Why am I saying thank? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, type
It's
shit.
just
Like,
a, yeah. I
yeah, it was different.
I met a woman yesterday that from Oakland, a white lady from Oakland, and we were just talking about how Oakland, the state of Oakland right now, how she feels it is, and she got to talking about hating that the type of politics that the Black Panthers had back in the day is no longer really existing there, and how they have the museums, but they don't really have. It's just not a. It's just not a prominent thing where they at right
Hmm.
now because of they pretty much dismantled it and made and caused a bunch of confusion. And now we don't know who's real Black Panthers and who's not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And but she was like, man, I really hate that. She was really about that life. She was, she was like, I love, because she works with Oakland Public Schools on some things out there as well. Because she went to public school in Oakland, and she actually went to the same public school that Gary Payton went to.
oh, okay,
So they have a Skyline High School in Oakland as well.
okay.
So when people say Skyline in Oakland, Dallas people think it's Skyline in Dallas, but it's
Right. Yeah, they got
but
one in San Diego.
y-
No, they don't. That's just the hood. That's just never mind. Don't
yeah.
mind me.
So
That's just Skyline Bloods.
yeah, got you. So that they were talking about. She was just talking about love what Marshawn and what Marshawn Lynch does. Like he represents Oakland so well, and and we just love him. And so for me, I was just pleasantly surprised by the conversation that we had
Yeah,
because although I interact with white people pretty much on a daily, I just don't expect them to understand like what this is about, what
yeah,
this is,
yeah,
what's going on here. Now, I do. I if someone were to ask me genuinely, like, "Hey, I don't understand this, and I would like to know more about it. I grew up thinking this, and I just kind of assumed this. How can we?" I'm cool with educating them, but I'm not gonna argue with people about. about racism anymore. Like I don't argue with
Yeah,
black people about
yeah.
race.
It's very unfulfilling.
Yeah, yeah, and you don't want to get it, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very
You know,
unfulfilling. I mean,
and
because I don't think because I would say right. I don't necessarily think that whoever this guy is like a racist. Like I'm not even gonna go
mhm,
there and be like, bro is a racist, right? Because I
mhm,
grew up and hung around enough like white dudes to understand that like in their mind that's just like comedy, right? Like the Tony
mhm,
Heathcliff bad
mhm,
taste joke about George Floyd and stuff like
mhm,
that, right? Like that it is just comedy to them, and then so like from their perspective, like motherfuckers is just being overly sensitive, right? Like
yeah,
whining, like you being like hypersensitive. It's not that big a deal. No one is trying to lynch you or kill
mhm,
you or anything like that. But like you said, they just had a Mandingo fight on the front lawn of the White House.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
and
I mean,
I,
you call it whatever you want, but like if you go and watch Django and then you
mhm,
turn on UFC Freedom 250,
mhm,
the contrast is going to be very similar, like to
yeah,
what Massa Candy was doing on
yeah,
Django to what Massa Trump was sitting there
mhm,
watching these people who have to now pummel each other to
mhm,
death for a living for the
yeah.
pleasure of rich people, which that's a problem.
Yeah, and there's a the other part of it is people might say, well, with Mandingo because they weren't all black. Like Derek might have been the only black person on it, but the problem is that most of those people were of color. They were a lot of those fighters weren't even American. So it is a like, and for Hokett himself, like Hokett, and there's another one, Sean Strickland.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one with the
Uh,
with the braids.
that's Sean O'Malley.
Oh, Sean Strickland. Let's see.
Sean Strickland is the bald headed one that
Oh,
was
with the
saying,
with the
"Oh,
with the ears.
yeah, yeah, yeah," the ugly one. They have a brand of trying to sell a fight that always goes to racism, misogyny,
Mhm.
uh, homophobia. Like it's almost like they can only get people to be interested in them if they say the most outlandish things and do the most outlandish things.
Like that Chud dude, like Chud the Builder.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
that
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And for me, like I feel like you can't possibly be able to sell a fight if this is what you have to go through to go to if you got to be outrageous to go viral,
Mhm.
then you're not as good as your job as you think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like one thing I'll say about like John Jones, for instance, right? John Jones is a MAGA nigga. That's what he is. He's a
John Jones,
black.
you talking about Bones? Bones?
Yeah, Bones
Yeah,
Bones
MAGA?
loves. Yeah, he loves Donald Trump. One thing I can say about him though is outside of his just clumsy, which I don't actually expect him to be anything less than that, honestly, just based on like who he is and what we've seen from him. But what I will say is when it's time for him to fight, it's about the fight.
Yeah.
And he's not overtly out here running around MAGA. I just know he's MAGA because the last time he fought, Donald Trump was there and he won. And he did the Trump dance and he was like, shout out to Donald Trump, man. We love you, man. All that kind of shit.
He did the Trump dance. He did the Trump dance.
But it's about the fight, bro.
Yeah.
It's about the fight leading up. It's about I'm gonna do this to you. Like I don't need to. And most great fighters are like that. It's about selling the fight in a way that's like, no, I'm one of the greatest to ever do this, and you motherfuckers is finna watch me come do this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And and you might be cold too, but like this is about every time I've ever seen it. When I saw Chael Sonnen used to do it with Anderson Silva back in the day, it was always just a bunch of just like white frat boy, tasteless jokes or whatever. Like even like the Hokey thing the other day is like there was no punchline. It was just,
Am I right,
you know,
America? Like,
yeah,
this is,
yeah.
am I
It's
right,
like
America? I mean, but he
it's
did
like
that to Brittany Griner. Like, he was like, Brittany Griner's a man, and it's just like, fam, like, bro, like, I guess like, as simple as I can put it, just grow up, dog. Like,
Grow up, and
grow up.
the biggest issue with it is that Dana White welcomes that.
He
He
do. He
acts like
didn't
he
say.
doesn't.
He didn't
He
say
act,
anything.
he said a couple of days ago, like, I mean, I don't condone that, and that's not, what I'm on. But like, nah, like you literally, first of all, you never had to have a UFC fight on the White House lawn. So that says one thing.
Hmm.
Because you didn't ask to do that. You wouldn't have asked Joe Biden to do that.
He
You
wouldn't
wouldn't have
ask
asked
Obama
Barack
to do
Obama
that,
to do that. Yeah.
but he know
And
his trailer park time. He
they
know
also
his
would have
trailer
told
park
you,
time.
yeah, they also would have told you, hell, fuck no.
Yeah,
But
man. Yeah, he did say
you,
nasty and fake nonsense.
yeah,
But he didn't do shit
we,
about it though. Like, bro didn't get
yeah,
suspended. He didn't lose no money. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
nothing.
Like, and it's
You know,
like it's
eh,
we are like in the weed industry. They call the white dudes who show up in the suits, right? Because there's like two different kind of white dudes in the weed industry. They're
mhm,
the
the
hippies,
hippie. Yeah,
and then there are the corporate guys. And the
yeah,
corporate guys are called Chads.
hmm, yeah,
And right now, America is being run by a bunch of Chads who
hmm,
went to school and did a lot of blow and joined those white frats and said nigger in private. And
hmm.
now their champion is the president of America. And now they get to act out. Like,
Their whole inspiration is American Psycho.
that's not Matthew McConaughey. That's the guy
That's
that played.
Christian Bale.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
corporate white guys that that are really psychos.
Hmm. Yeah,
Live an underworld type of life. Like, American Psycho, he's a serial killer, but some of these Chads are picking up male prostitutes and trans prostitutes on the low end, but then talking crazy about them during the day,
on Grinder,
on Grinder,
on
you
Grinder,
know,
crashing the server.
yeah, yeah, crashing the server at the RNC, all of that
Dog.
stuff. Getting caught with child porn, but go to work every day, just like
Yeah,
everybody else.
and they're deacon at their church too.
They're deacon, the youth pastors, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And it is always like, the more you pay attention to it, the more you realize that every allegation that MAGA throws out is a confession.
for
It's
sure.
every time they investigate somebody for something, for fraud or for corruption or whatever, it's actually them doing it. You know what I mean?
They just need a deflection. They just,
They
what
need
I'm
a
saying? Look,
deflection.
look at my hands. Don't look at my
Yeah,
feet.
yeah.
Look at
Don't
my
yeah,
hands. Yeah, yeah.
and we ain't even gotta look at
Don't
nothing.
look
We
at
know
my
you
feet.
did it.
And
Yeah. So,
for all you MAGA niggas, I just want you all to know that Donald Trump did say that he was the greatest president for black people since Abraham Lincoln. And I would like
yep,
for you to know that the greatest president for black people since Abraham Lincoln has gotten half of all of you Negroes who work for the government fired.
yep. Every single
Let
one of y'all.
let his racist friends call the only black first lady in the history of blackness a man on TV and nothing was
Hmm,
happened. When he went to the Knicks game, they lost. And Knicks,
hmm.
I'm very disappointed in y'all for going to go fuck with bro, but I get it. It's New York. Like, but it's
We
not
also
cool.
gotta remember. I've said this. James Dolan will never get out of his own way, and the only reason why, and like the literal worst thing about the Knicks winning the championship, is that we have to look at James Dolan for a little while,
Got to.
because he's the worst. He's Jerry Jones bad,
Got to.
and he doesn't have the charisma of a team owner that makes people want to. Like, you could rock with a guy like Mark Cuban. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. I love
You
Mark
could
Cuban.
rock with what's the guy's name out, the Golden State Warriors owner?
I
What's the
think he
guy?
should get a fine, Ryan. I'm in the
Yeah.
comments. He should get a
um,
fine, bro. He should get a fine. Like
you know, it's so I mean, his speech today at the parade was awful. It was, especially after Mom Donnie gave his speech.
shout out to Mom Donnie.
Zora
Love that
Mamdani
dude.
is the guy. Yeah,
He's the
we
guy.
need.
I love that dude.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
that dude.
man.
Love
We
that dude.
we yeah, man. It's so Dolan accepted that invitation on behalf of the team. He probably didn't even talk to the team.
Nah, he didn't. He didn't.
So now we
I'm
got to
sure he
look at.
didn't.
I'll tell you, Mitch Robinson is going to be in there twerking that ass in the White House. Mitch Robinson going Mitch Robinson going to be in there shaking that ass, boy.
That's funny. Pause.
His 7 foot his 7 foot ass is gonna be in there letting it swing out there, boy. That boy love him some Donald Trump. That black man love him some Donald Trump, dog. He gonna be in there shaking that monkey, boy, for Donald. When Dolan probably said, "Hey, we going to the White House," he was like, "Yes," and he probably,
Oh,
boy, he already picked his thong out. He
dog.
ready. He ready for it. He ready for it.
Yo, I mean, well, hopefully, Donald Trump has disappointed him with this terrible, terrible, terrible Iran deal that he decided that he was going to try to sign into life the other day.
boy,
If
Mitch
you,
Robinson can't even spell Iran.
bro, like, if y'all don't know, Trump finally gave up the cheeks, pause, to
Big cheeks.
Iran, the big cheeks,
Big cheeks.
big cheeks.
325 billion, right?
They didn't even kiss him in the mouth.
They ain't even.
They didn't kiss him in the mouth. Trump signed a 14-point memorandum of understanding. That is what it's called. It is called a memorandum of understanding with Iran, and they got 60 days to make it permanent. Iran gets $300 billion in a reconstruction fund. Who is paying for this reconstruction fund? We are. Yeah. We are. We paying for this. And Donald Trump is on record online saying that we are not investing any money in Iran, and that's a lie because your tax dollars it's going to rebuilding Tehran. And that is in Iran for all you niggas who don't know. Tehran is in Iran. You should watch a movie. But also, Iran gets immediate access to billions of dollars that they have been cut off from for like 16 to 20 years. They immediately get billions of dollars to run it up. And they can't buy any more nukes, but they don't have to get rid of the shit they already got. So we went over there and gas has got as high as what, like $5?
Yep.
Gas got to $5, more than $5. Some places $6. Gas went up higher than it is ever supposed to have been in America for no reason whatsoever, other than for President Donald Trump to say, we stopped him. We stopped their nuclear program. That guy's a goddamn lie. He is a goddamn lie. He cost us so much money for no reason whatsoever, and he is trying to save the Republicans in the midterms. And if you motherfuckers got any sense, you will vote all of them. You will vote all of those cucks out.
And send them to jail, too.
All of them. You will vote all of them out. All of them. Summertime is expensive because of Donald Trump and the Republican Party. And now you and your grandma cannot drive to Biloxi to go to the beach because gas is $3.37. And it is all Donald Trump.
You can't buy your $10 Tito's because you just had to buy gas. You put $150 in your F-150.
Let me just go. So Donald Trump's second term has been a list. He has been failing like tremendously over and over again. The economy sucks. He keeps saying that our economy is great. Because the stock market is up, but ain't nobody got no goddamn job. The tariffs, he said that we was going to get money from the tariffs. We were going to make so much money. We're going to make so much money on the tariffs. Didn't make a dime. But he tried to get rid of birthright citizenship. That didn't work. All of those ladies.
Ice on everybody.
That didn't work. All of those ladies that got the Mar-a-Lago face have been fired.
Everybody got fired. Everybody got fired. Crazy Eye Cash Patel about to be next.
He need to get fired. Didn't RFK, isn't he like about to quit or something?
He might be. I hope he quits that life too. RFK look like RFK sounds like hantavirus. Like when he talks, he sounds like what I would imagine hantavirus to sound like.
He sounds like That's how my dog sound when he been pulling too hard on the leash and he like trying to breathe. It's like
You know what's
Eh,
crazy about him
yeah.
is he's going so crazy on vaccines, but he does steroids.
I mean, yeah, he's like he's a big peptide guy, right? Like he's like super
Yeah.
into
He's
like peptides and stuff like that.
that and he's also probably taking HGH and testosterone and all that stuff. So you ain't got no problem with needles as long as they make you look like Joe Rogan.
Yeah, yeah, like
Joe Rogan body ass boy.
yeah. I mean, for
All
to
of
be an old dude, he is pretty jacked.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he
That's what
is pretty
happens when
jacked
you.
to be an
That's
old
what
dude.
happens when you taking them goddamn when you taking them PEDs, my boy.
He on that
Yeah,
goddamn dope. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he's shooting
He
up
own
there
it.
because it
Yeah,
ain't
he
just no
own it.
peptides. He's absolutely taking HGH. Um,
Mm.
absolutely taking testosterone, and I've been around enough swole niggas to know what it look like. What it look like
So
when
for those of
when
you
they.
who do not know what peptides are, semaglutide or AKA Ozempic is a peptide.
Mhm,
And a
mhm,
peptide is a medicine that tells your body basically to do things or not to do things. And you
right.
shoot it in your hip.
Yep. You can get it to burn fat. You can get it to build muscle. You can get them to, pretty much do lots of different things. They're not necessarily legal. Some of
So
them, I
this is
believe,
not
are.
medical advice. This is we
Yeah,
let's
it's not
disclaimer.
medical
This
advice.
is not
No,
medical advice. We're not telling you to take
no.
peptides. We're not telling you
Hmm.
not to take peptides. We're just
Yeah,
telling you what
this
peptides
is
are.
this is all information being given to the masses that bodybuilders kind of already knew and
Yeah.
athletes already knew. Like a lot of athletes have gotten popped for taking peptides and in
Hmm.
certain areas and stuff like that. But now it's a thing. So it's about as normal as Botox and BBLs these days. Like everybody getting
Yeah.
it. So,
I was
so
seeing that when I was doing some research on it. They've been using them rich white ladies use them at med spas. Like right,
yeah,
like I
yep,
never knew what a
yep.
med spa was, but it is where
Hmm.
rich white ladies go to get drugs pumped into their face. Who
Yeah,
would have known?
they get the peptides, they get the med spas also offer Botox injections in a lot of those places.
Yeah.
You can also some med spas, which I enjoy. I like IV drips.
Ah,
IV drips are great because I guess the best way to explain it is you go out a night, you have a night. You've been drinking, you done dehydrated yourself, and maybe smoked a little bit, and you got to get back up and recover faster. The IV drip is they mix it with like mix your IV with like B12 or whatever nutrients you need to like rehydrate and get you back up so that you're not struggling all day trying to get back, like if you got a hangover or something like that. So
oh,
essentially what they do when you see an athlete say, oh, they lost a lot of sweat and they lost a lot of weight during the game and they taking an IV after the game, that's
yeah.
an IV drip.
Okay.
So it's made people. Somebody decided like, yo, everyday people could use this too because
Yeah.
you need your energy and you need they can mix it with lots of different things. They can, like I said, B12, any of the other B vitamins, and ozone that they do as well, where they take a bag of your blood out and they pump it up with ozone with oxygen or whatever,
Okay. Yeah.
kind of like open the blood up a little bit and then put it back into your blood and then it kind of like helps you recover in a lot of ways and stuff like that. So that's also what they do at med spas.
That's
um
crazy. Yeah, I had no. I would have never known any of that until I know a couple guys who are in the industry,
yeah,
and I've been thinking about investing myself. So I was looking into it and seeing. I'm like, oh, I didn't know. I had no idea they did these things here. I
yeah,
mean, and
yeah.
it makes a lot of sense. RFK, he is pretty old and well off, and I'm sure he
Hmm.
spent a lot of time in med spas. A lot of doctors who can, you know,
he
give
need
him
peptides
injections.
he need peptides for his voice.
Yeah, that's not going back. That's not going back. That's not going back. He severely pissed me off when he decided to align himself with Donald Trump. He severely pissed me off.
Yeah,
Like, because when
yeah,
he was
he's.
running for president himself, I totally didn't think that he could win, but I
Mhm,
appreciated his platform and
mhm,
I appreciated the way that he approached it. Like,
mhm,
even knowing his history and all of that other kind of shit,
mhm.
I like the way that he jumped out there. But
Yeah,
he proved himself to be a
just be a
self-serving white
bootlicker.
man,
Yeah,
right? Like, and oh yeah, let me just go on over here, like knowing that there's some bullshit over here, and now you want to come over here and try to start the Maha movement, right?
hmm,
Which like nobody who is wearing one of them red, white, and blue curly wigs is doing anything healthy. Healthy. They're eating
Right.
fucking Oreos and drinking juice straight out the carton, sitting on the couch,
Hmm.
watching goddamn Matlock with their grandma. That's what they're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
Eating cheese whiz. That's what the
Yeah.
fuck they're doing. None of that goddamn that they done changed the health pyramid, and now you got to eat raw milk. You got to drink raw milk or something like
That's
what
just
you drink.
natural selection shit, bro. Like that is like I just be wanting to just at one point they was eating Tide Pods. Now they drinking raw milk in protest of like, oh, we're drinking it like first of all, you drink raw milk from a cow. Raw milk has blood and pus and anything that's in a cow's body. I don't even drink regular milk, honestly. Like I
Like,
don't
why
even
would
drink
you?
it. You're drinking bloody milk from an animal that you didn't come from.
Why would you do that? And now
You,
this our food pyramid. These are the people
yeah,
who are telling you, right? Because we got the whole screwworm thing here in Texas because
hmm
Donald Trump got rid of the regulations that we needed to be able to keep the bugs out. So first off, the big beautiful bill, fuck the farmers. The farmers are
hmm
fucked. That boy ain't helped the farmers at all. The farmers can't get no funding. They can't fix their own machines. These family farmers are going bankrupt. And all of these
hmm
farmers, all these people in the Midwest who voted for Donald Trump, they are tanking tremendously because on top of the money not being able to them not being able to get money and their labor force being cut
hmm
because of ICE, like
hmm
what?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
It's a terrible time to be in a Trump cult right now.
bro, like it is terrible. I mean, like the black farmers are even worse off, right? Because they already weren't getting they just due. They was
Right.
already getting nothing, fighting, clawing, scratching, trying to get a
Yep.
little bit of a subsidy. But
Yep.
all of these people, all these folks who voted for Donald Trump, like he just time after time after time after time again, he done let them down. And the delusion of him like still being this champion for people, still being this champion for like change, for like life to be better, when he is not
hmm
once proven that he is capable of doing that for anybody. I don't understand what they're smoking. Like it can't be that Walter White.
He can't even clean the reflection
Didn't he
pool,
paint it black? Then he like it was blue at
and
first. And
then
then I seen
and then the
somebody
paint
paint over
chipped
it.
off of it. The paint chipped off of it already, and then they threw the hydrogen peroxide in there, and it's like corners of it that's blue, and then the rest of it's green. It's just like the reflection pool is like a data center now. Like it it's like it's comedy because we told you this would happen, bro.
Bro, he's absolutely, I mean, absolutely terrible. Like the Iran deal is the icing on the cake for me. Like, and in
Yeah.
November, if you're a Republican, you should be shaking in your boots because your leader is a complete imbecile. Like he
Yep. And
gave
he
up
gonna
the
get
cheeks, bro. Iran didn't have to do nothing but hold the line. And I told y'all about a month or two ago, whenever the fuck I was talking about this Iran war shit, that
mhm,
all they had to do was hold the line. There was nothing that we was gonna be able to do. Everybody that was pro Donald Trump at that time is saying, "Oh well, what about the missiles and they doing this and they doing that?" All Iran had to do was hold the line. And I would like to point out that like none of those 14 points say anything about Israel and them people fucking with the people down there in Gaza. Like none
yeah,
of them 14 points mentioned Palestine not one time. Like they did
right.
say that they got to stop in Lebanon, but they did not mention that there was nothing in there to help the Palestinians. I would like to put that forward. Those people are still being over there being slaughtered, and it is fucked up. Like it is fucked up. And Donald Trump fucked all of you. Everybody who voted for him, he fucked all of you. He lied to you. He is lying to you repeatedly. He spent your
hmm
tax dollars so that Bubba and them can watch people punch each other on the face on the south lawn of the White House, which is an atrocity within itself.
And then he brought Vanilla Ice.
The worst rapper in the history of who, bro. What's the dude who Grandmaster Flash? Who's the guy? Cool Uncle who Cool Herc. Whoever started hip hop is pissed
Cool
at you,
Herc.
Donald Trump. Cool
Cool
Herc.
Herc.
If he will run up on you and go, "What the blood clot?"
But Vanilla Ice said he was gonna have fun at the White House. He's gonna come out there, celebrate America. Boy, You are shameless, my nigga.
Dog, but I just don't like who wants to hear Ice Ice Baby in 2026. Like the moment you hear
That,
that bass line, doom 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 doom, you
but
should
see,
be
that's the
upset with the
thing.
DJ.
But
Tomato,
see,
tomato, tomato.
that's the thing though. Again, no taste. Cause like even the original bill was just a lot of ridiculousness. So like Vanilla Ice and Flow Rider, but then you think that Morris Day and the Time is gonna come to that, and then you think that Young MC is gonna like. Where did you get Young MC from? Like, not no disrespect to Young MC, but like, who are you talking to about these things, my
Who the
nigga?
hell is
Like,
Young
who?
MC?
Bust a move. Don't just stand there. Bust a move. If you want it, you got it. Yeah.
But you
He
know, if I have not, I've never had a corporate job, right? So,
right.
and
Yeah.
I've never been to like a holiday party or anything like that where like
Oh, they be
a bunch
jamming
of
shit like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't know, right? Like I'm so far removed from like whiteness and like
These,
white culture. I have no idea what white people listen to when they party. I mean,
let
except
me
for
tell
when
you
I go to
something.
a white people party in Texas, it's country music, right? Like, but
Let me tell
I
you
don't,
something. When you are a large corporation, like a pharmaceutical company or big engineering firm or something like that, and you do those company retreats and like Christmas parties and stuff like that. Let me tell you something. The Flow Riders of the world and the Pit Bulls of the world and Nelly and probably the occasional Ludacris, like that's where they clean up, bro.
they love them.
That's where they clean up because they'll go in. They want to hear hot in here.
Yeah.
So they
And do
like we should
this.
get Nelly. We should get Nelly, and Nelly gonna hit him over the head for shoot a million, million five, 2 million. You know what I'm saying? Just to because it's all a mark. It's all in the marketing budget. Like they got to spend the money.
Yeah.
So like if you're doing something for Pfizer and you're like the headline guest of their corporate shenanigans or whatever. First of all, they got to pay you because it could possibly be a day where you're actually doing a tour date or something like that.
Hmm.
So now I got to come to this city or to this country or whatever, like the Caribbean or whatever they doing a retreat, and I got to come do this hour-long show in front of maybe 300 employees or something like that. You know what I'm saying? When I could be doing an arena or a tour date. But these corporations, when they don't spend their marketing budget, they get taxed on it at the end of the year, so they lose the money anyway.
Yeah.
So if they gotta spend it. So it's like shit. We got a $5 million budget for this. All right, well, let's see who we can get. They'll love Pitbull. They'll love maybe Will I Am or there's it's so many artists that clean up on at a certain part of the year just doing shit like that.
Hmm.
Making enough money to maybe carry their overhead for the year while they do the other stuff. It's so crazy, man. It is so crazy, which is why it makes absolutely no sense to me why every time they do a show bill for MAGA, we looking at Kid Rock
Every time.
because he gonna keep taking the money,
I
and he's
would.
also an idiot. He's also an idiot, so
I
he
mean,
he
but he
loves it.
is their core constituency though. And
Yeah,
like no shade to the MAGA constituency, right? I know some people who are in MAGA and I don't think you're a complete idiot.
I do.
Um
But
I do not. I'm not even gonna lie. I
yeah,
don't do people like that based on their political
yeah,
affiliation.
yeah,
I do think that you may be misguided.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't think you're a complete idiot because like, I mean there are, as a black Democrat, there are people who can tell me that I am a complete idiot for choosing my
Hmm.
political affiliation, and they may have some valid points as to why
Hmm.
my allegiance to this side of the court is idiotic, and I
Yeah,
may not be able to disagree with them.
yeah,
But just like I picked my Jesus, I picked my party, and this is where I'm
yeah.
standing. Right? You know what I
I
mean?
think I think the difference between us and them is that we know that the party isn't perfect and we're working to try to change it or improve it, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
MAGA motherfuckers don't think that there's anything wrong with the shit that they're that they're doing.
Yeah, I can agree
And
with that.
because once they like the ones that used to be MAGA and saw the play completely left MAGA.
Yeah, they did. They defected.
Yeah, they never like you can be a Democrat and not necessarily like everything that Gavin Newsom does, right? Or
Yeah,
everything that Barack Obama might have done, but you didn't completely leave the Democratic Party because you realized that you were in a cult.
yeah,
Like for them, it's either you completely leave or you double down on the fuck shit.
yeah. And I mean, the ones who completely left now they are all on the news being made to seem like they done lost
Crazy.
their damn mind. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And it's hard. It is very hard. I'm actually fascinated by cults because it is very hard to unlearn what you've been indoctrinated to hear for so long. It
yeah.
takes people years sometimes to get out of that mode of like, and then I guess something clicks in them and it's like, oh shit, wow. You know
I
what I'm
was
saying? Like,
asleep. Right? Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And because it's one thing to leave, but then it's another thing to like still kind of be institutionalized by the whole situation.
yeah.
And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of deranged people that are in cults, and I'm also fascinated by cults because I think that it's very true that I can get on the internet right now and I can make up anything. I could say
Mm-hmm.
anything,
Mm-hmm.
and I might get 1,000 comments. 5 of them are gonna say, "Oh no, he got a point." Like you got a point, and then that's all you need to
That's
start.
all you need is five.
All you need is 5, and
That's all
then
you need.
now I got a loyal 5,
Yeah.
and then
They gonna get you a team.
they gonna get you a 10. They gonna get you to 10, and then that 10 gonna turn to 25,
Yeah.
and then that 25 gonna turn to, and then boom, I'm here.
Yeah.
We in we're on an island drinking Kool-Aid together.
Yeah. Finna die.
About to die.
Finna
About to
die.
completely die,
Finna
man.
die.
It's just crazy,
So
bro.
I do want to ask you, bro. So I was preparing. I was reading. I was just reading the news the other day, and I saw that you have been interviewed about Houston's music scene.
Hmm.
Seen you, Cam Franklin,
Yep.
they y'all got interviewed about that, and I was watching the Isaiah Factor the other day, and they were talking about FIFA potentially being a flop. Now we're pretty early into it, right? Like
Hmm.
it's just we still got about 20 something
Hmm.
more days left.
Yeah.
But you made a good point
Hmm.
about Houston not being built for entertainment, right? There are not enough
Hmm.
small venues. And I seen a guy, shout out to Shay, saying, that there were a lot of visitors here who went down to NRG and they was just kind of like floating around. Some people passed out from heat exhaustion. Like there
Yeah.
was anywhere for them to go, like between the games
Right.
and the matches, because there are no bars and restaurants or like third spaces around NRG.
Right.
Like, somebody who has been trying to navigate that space, and as a Houstonian who would like to perform at home, what do you think like the local government can do to like, encourage like to make this more of a entertainment hub? Because it seems like we are missing a mark on more way than one.
Yeah, we're definitely missing the mark. I think what needs to happen is there needs to be a push for entities to come in and create small venue spaces, small to medium sized venue spaces. Because what happens is when you're looking for a 300-person venue, there's only 2 places you can go in Houston. That's not a good thing.
Yeah.
If I go to LA right now and I go to West Hollywood, I can take you up and down Sunset and up and down, I was it not Melrose, but one of the other ones. And I could take you to a 150 cap room. I could take you to a 300 cap room. I could take you to a 600 cap room. I could take you to a 400 or 500, you know, and they're all venues. They're all music venues. They double as bars as well. People go in there and they go hang out there. But there's always something somewhere to go. If you look at the punk rock scene back in the '80s in Houston, I mean, in Los Angeles, your groups like Motley Crue and Rat and places like people like that, they always talk about Whiskey a Go Go and places like that in LA, right? Well, Whiskey a Go Go is still open in LA.
Hmm.
It's been 40 years, 50 years, and it's still open. So probably longer than that actually. Houston's problem in a lot of ways is we don't like to preserve any of the things that we have. We just tear it down and we build an apartment complex
Mm-hmm.
or make it a parking lot. We need so in context of what we're talking about here, I was there was a lady on Twitter who asked why so many artists skip Houston when it comes to their tour dates. And I answered that question on Twitter, and then it turned into me being asked to do an op-ed for the Chronicle, and then
Mm-hmm.
I did that interview as well that you're talking about, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so what happens is the way the business runs is, especially if you're an independent artist, there's good things about being an independent artist, right? A lot of great things about being an independent artist. With streaming, you get access to all of your stream metrics, where people are listening to your music and who's listening to it the most. I can go into my Spotify for Artists app, or my Apple Music for Artists app, and I can tell you right now that Japan is probably my top three country listening wise. I can go in by city as well. So I know that Houston is one. I know that Chicago is another. I know that I do pretty well in LA, and I do pretty well in like New York. But then maybe Tuscaloosa might have something going on out there that would ain't rocking with me, or Cleveland might rock with me. So I say all that to say that when you take your streaming metrics, if you're an independent artist, that's how you map your tours. You map your tour based on where you're getting listened to the most.
Mm-hmm.
So if I know that I have, I'm doing 100,000 streams a week in Houston, then that means that I could probably get 1,000 seater. I could do House of Blues. But in another way, I might be like, all right, well, I'm really not getting that many, but I think I can do a 300 person, I could do a 300 cap venue or a 200 cap.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you got to go to the two that the House of Blues, the small room at House of Blues, or the small room at White Oak Music Hall.
Uh,
They then have to you then have to deal with their schedule. So if they're booked those days, then it's like, damn, I got to go to Austin, but I can't really come to Houston this time around because they booked, because we don't have enough venues.
yeah,
And so, as opposed to like, okay, well, we'll just hit up all the 300 caps and 200 caps in the city, all 10 of them or 12 of them or whatever, and we get a hit on one of them, and then we do the show from there. So, because what happens is, if I were to try to book the large room at the House of Blues, which is a 1,600 cap, but I could only get 200 to 300 people in there, then the venue will then bump me off the date if they know the ticket sales are slow.
yeah,
So it's not as simple as, let me try to get this venue and then undersell it. You're better off getting the smallest venue and overselling
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. It makes
You know
sense.
what I'm saying? So because we don't have those options, people tend to skip it, because in Austin, you can go and find you a 300 cap on 6th Street. You can go and find you a spot in LA that has that kind of thing, or Nashville, or something like that. And for us to be the fourth largest city in America, we aren't built for entertainment. We're built to just create commerce. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the people that run the city don't have a connection to the artistic and entertainment side of this thing the way it should be. Because like everybody that runs our cities, they engineers and they lawyers and they're, oil and gas folks, and people like that. They don't even think entertainment.
Right.
They don't even. Whereas you go to New Orleans, and it's ingrained in the
And it's ingrained in the economics of the
and
city.
yeah, it's the
Yeah,
DNA. It's
yeah,
after Katrina, they were pulling out, government grants to be able to get the musicians to come back and live there,
yeah,
so that they can still play their music and do jazz and do all of these things, because they know
yeah,
that that's the pulse of the city,
yeah.
right? LA, it's the film and the music industry.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So when the film industry is screwed, ain't nobody buying no houses. Ain't nobody buying, you know what I'm saying? Music industry crashes. Ain't nobody, trying to buy them big ass houses in the hills and stuff like that. Here, it's when oil and gas tanks, they not buying houses. They not buying gas. They not popping bottles at the club. They not, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're run by the oil and gas industry,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and we don't think about the entertainment, and the city itself is so large that it's impossible to not have the talent that we have, right?
yeah,
So like Chicago is huge. Think about all the great artists that have come out of Chicago. New York is huge. Think about all the great artists that have come from New York. LA, um, New York, I mean, New Orleans is 400,000 people.
yeah.
And two of the greatest rap labels that have ever
Mm-hmm,
come out
mm-hmm.
have come from New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? And for us to have a 7 million people, there's no place for us to really, for the locals to really like breed what they're doing. And then it also doesn't make it easy for artists to come into the city and do the things that they want to do and build their base the way they want to build it.
Yeah.
And so I also, in that interview that I had with Kron, we didn't he didn't print this, but I've had an idea for the dome for years now.
Hmm.
Essentially, the dome. Okay, so what people don't understand about what people don't know is that Madison Square Garden, the group that owns Madison Square Garden, it's a corporation that owns multiple arenas in the country.
Hmm.
One of them being the Forum in LA.
Okay.
They own that. Whenever there's a concert, it's at the Forum. It's almost never at Staples. They just started doing stuff at the new Clippers joint, but for the most part, the Forum is for concerts.
Yeah.
Now, MSG, a Live Nation, an AEG, or something like that should commit to a long-term lease with Harris County for the Astrodome. I would say 30 years. They can then commit the money it would take to beautify the building, and you now have a full-scale, weatherproof festival venue all year round.
Yeah. Very true.
You can put, and because it's Texas, there's a need for every single genre in the
Yeah.
country, in the world.
Hmm.
You can throw the largest country music festival in the world once a year. You can throw an Essence style R&B and hip hop festival every year. You can throw the largest EDM festival in the West. Well, you could throw the largest K-pop festival in the Western Hemisphere.
Hmm.
You can set them lights up, do an EDM festival. You can then do Latin music. You don't think that Bad Bunny could sell out the Astrodome?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And not even just Bad Bunny, all of the great reggaeton and Latin artists that we don't really, maybe we don't all listen to,
Hmm.
but you look on their Instagram, they got 10 million followers
Yeah.
at the Astrodome.
Yeah.
It is a layup, because the biggest thing about Houston is that you can't throw a festival here because nobody knows what the weather's going to look like.
Yes, it's true. They
So it's
look at
either too
FIFA.
hot. Yeah, it's too hot in the summer. It's raining at a certain point in time. Remember this time a couple of years ago, it didn't rain for 2 months.
Hmm.
It was just hot. They throw Honeyland in October and it rained throughout. Um, you can't do nothing in January because it might freeze for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? But if you if you do this idea, you weatherproof it all.
Hmm. Hmm.
You can't rain out a dome.
This is true.
So
You need to take that to commissioner's court, my boy.
we
You
absolutely
need to
should.
take that to commissioner's court. That needs to
I
go to.
absolutely
That's
should.
it's a great idea. It's a great
Yeah.
idea. It's about time for you to put your lobbying hat on and go ahead and take that down to commissioner's court and
And the
see
hard part
what'll
about it is,
happen.
yeah, the hard part about it is it's gonna cost a lot of money to do it. That's why a team like Live Nation can do it. Because I know that Live Nation can do it because that's exactly what they did with 713 Music Hall.
Mm,
They leased the post office from the private company that owns it,
mm,
the Love It Homes. It's a lease for them.
mm.
They gutted it, tore half of it down, rebuilt it. Now you got a food hall and a music venue,
Yeah,
5,000 seat music venue. So I know people can do it. And the thing about it is the sale of it is it's the Astrodome.
yeah,
Every dome stadium in the world exists because of the Astrodome. It's the
yeah,
first one.
mm, yeah,
The Superdome was built 10 years after the Astrodome or 5 years after the Astrodome, and they literally made it to where they put a few more extra seats in it so it would be bigger than the Astrodome. It's the first dome stadium ever. It's the first animated replay screen. It's the first artificial turf stadium ever. All of these things happened right here in Houston. Muhammad Ali fought in there. The biggest college basketball game ever played happened in the 70s between U of H and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's UCLA team in the
mm,
Astrodome. The Battle of the Sexes tennis match between Billie Jean King and what's the guy's name? The world famous where a guy played a girl in the tennis match and the girl won. Yeah, it's called the Battle. You look it up. I mean, young niggas don't be knowing, but it's called the Battle of the Sexes tennis match. And Billie Jean King at the time was one of the best female tennis players in the world. And she played. I forget the guy's name.
Bobby
That happened.
Riggs.
Bobby Riggs.
Bobby
And
Rig.
she won the game. Happened in the Astrodome.
Oh, I'm gonna have to
Uh,
watch this. Steve Carell and Emma Stone did a movie about it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe the fight where Muhammad Ali beat dude up because he kept calling him Cassius Clay
Hmm.
and wouldn't knock him out on purpose. I believe that was in Houston. I know he fought in Houston at least once.
Oh.
What else happened in the dome? I mean, outside of just the Oilers and the Astros, it's like, my first concert was Earth, Wind and Fire in the Astrodome for the rodeo.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's the Astrodome.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's part of the reason why they're so reluctant to tear it down because it is the first of its kind.
Yeah.
Like nothing happened before it and nothing happened after.
But the thing
Um,
is, right, like with because I mean it could be that, but I think that unless they get some better city planning going on, right, like
yeah.
it'll still be kind of like a lackluster project, right? Like because
Hmm.
there's nothing around it, right? Like in the
Right.
NRG area, if you were to leave, once you walk out of the stadium, right, like
Hmm.
there's nothing for you to do, right?
Right.
Like at all.
And I think that's going to go into whatever they end up doing on the renovations of NRG. I think is going to have that part of that is going to be them buying up them old ass apartments over there that nobody lives in, right down
Mm.
Kirby, or that's like leading up to
What's that?
to
Westridge, Westridge. I don't
yeah,
know.
on the
Yeah,
left.
man.
Like if you're looking at NRG to the left of it, like all of
Yeah.
those and
Hmm.
some of those strip mall, some of those like business parks on the other side of it on Fannin, across Fannin that nobody's occupying. um there has to be a whole process of just like beautifying that whole area because it's not a good looking place, right?
No, not
Like
at all.
an example of the opposite of that is what I like about Philly is that the football stadium is next door to the basketball arena, which is next door to the baseball field. And then in the parking lot of that is a very large venue so that people that don't have tickets to these games can go in there and go drink beer and eat food and all that kind of stuff and go
Yeah,
watch this
yeah.
shit.
Which
You
makes
know,
perfect sense
yeah.
to have a sports complex.
Yeah, have a
Yeah.
sports complex, right, and obviously we don't have enough room downtown to put the football stadium downtown.
Hmm.
So, but they're the only ones that aren't downtown.
This is
So,
true.
which isn't necessarily a problem, but we have to be able to, like you said, it's the city planning aspect of it all. It's
Yeah.
it's almost like we didn't think long term when it came to building what we built
They don't think long
initially.
term about anything in Houston. I ain't even gonna lie. They just go,
Yeah.
we finna make some money right now. Well, we got 5 years to run it up, and then after the 5 years, fuck it, we just gonna leave it
Yeah.
there, and
We're
somebody else
gonna,
can figure it out.
yeah.
That's
And that's why,
construction and development in Houston. We just
yeah. And that's
gonna
why,
seize the moment, and then we're gonna leave. Like you said, it's
yeah.
built for commerce.
Yeah. And that's why I
Yeah.
think an outside entity like a Live Nation should probably do that because at that point, all Harris kind of do has to do is just collect their rent
Yeah.
because the building's paid off.
Hmm.
The dome is paid off. We don't do anything with it. We
Yeah.
don't have nothing else to pay for it. And they haven't had an event in there since 2008 or 9 or something like that.
Mm.
I think, let me see, my senior year in high school was the last year they had a high school football game in there. The rodeo was there, I think maybe 2 more years. And then after that, it was done. It's just been a shell of itself. So
Mm.
um, I think that would help the entertainment aspect of things, but also really on the smaller scale, getting those small venues in. And you gotta have somebody that's willing to invest in a venue like that. Because the other part about it, what's hard about it, I will say that what's hard about having a music venue is that if you're not booking nothing in it every night, then you're not making no money.
Yeah.
So, there's gotta be something in it
Yeah.
almost every single night. And
Yeah.
that's the reason why so many venues across the country closed during COVID because a week of no programming in some of these venues would kill them.
That makes sense.
It's
That makes sense.
because it's not the club. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like their money ain't. That's why like when you go to House of Blues, like you go to a show at House of Blues, they don't have a vested interest in making you a great drink. They just want to make you a drink.
Mm-hmm.
because the goal really ain't to sell a bunch of liquor, it's to sell a bunch of tickets. And the liquor just happens to be a byproduct of it because it's a bunch of adults in there watching Master P or
Yeah.
Jeezy or Weezer or whoever they coming to see, and everybody want to go have a drink and have a good time. So, but they're not going in and saying we got to make the best drinks in all of the live music industry. Like nobody. And when you leave a place like that, you're not saying, "Damn, the concert was good, but them drinks was fire though." You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's just a mode of income for them, right? It's a
Mm-hmm.
perfect mode of income. You know what I mean? If I could sell $10 beers at a concert, then it's just like the football stadium. We're not trying to sell you a bunch of drinks. We trying to sell these football tickets.
True.
But you're watching the football game and you want a beer to watch your football game. So guess what you're gonna have to pay for these?
$22.
You're gonna pay $22 for this Bud Light.
$22 for that bullshit.
Yeah. And then
$22.
I paid $70 for two double drinks at a Texas game last year.
Yeah, that's why I'm a Jaguars fan, because they hate y'all. Because they hate y'all. That's why I'm a
but
Jaguars fan. But
but yeah, man, yeah, it's a lot to be fixed, but we people have to have a mind for it, and
yeah, man, I think like, hey, man, I will come with you to Commissioner's Court to petition for this.
I'm with
I
it.
think it's a good idea. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't
I'm
print it
with it.
on. They didn't print it in the paper, but it's printed here on Politics with Pen, so we can
Yeah, yeah,
definitely go
politics
back
prepared
here
for
and
sure,
what I'm saying, get that information. But we're gonna go
for
ahead
sure.
and get wrapped up. We got one more song for Mr. Freeman. It is called Undressed. It's
Yeah,
Undressed or
undress,
Undressed.
undress. Yeah,
Undressed. And this a panty dropper. I thoroughly enjoyed listening to this earlier today.
yeah. You gotta
We
drop
gonna
them, gotta drop them draws, baby.
baby got to drop them draws. She got to.
Yeah,
Or we not
yeah,
having no spend a night. It ain't.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You just
yeah,
talk on the phone.
yeah, yeah, for
So we're
sure,
gonna
for
get into
sure.
this undress, and then we're gonna close out with Mr. Freeman. This is Undressed on Nina, right?
Yep, on Nina.
On Nina. If you haven't heard, Jack got a new album out. Executive produced by Bryan Michael Cox, the
Yep,
legend, one of the goats
yep.
himself. Go check it out on all DSPs. It's called Nina, and this is Undressed by Jack Freeman.
Yep.
Usually, girl, I ain't this forward, but you done captivated me, so listen. The right and wrong in me is gonna war. I know what I want, but am I tripping? If I said I wanna make love to you right now, you know what you're doing. Pour a little juice, saying a toast to you, girl, because the way that you look has got me excited, and not a private party. Oh, hey, every inch. Oh, I just want you in the DRESS tonight. So baby, you're the best. You deserve nothing less. All that bragging, I'ma put it to the test tonight. Now make me a believer. Would I be wrong if I said I wanna make love to you right now? You know what you're doing. Pour a little juice, saying a toast to you, girl, because it's the way that you look at. Oh,
That was Undressed by my man Jack Freeman. You see the Instagram handle scrolling here at the bottom.
Oh,
Wow. Yo, yeah, Jack over there in the dark, looking like Eddie
Hey
Murphy
man.
on Vampire in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I forgot to turn the light on at this point. We've been
Nah, man. We usually get a little carried away here on Politics
yeah,
and Pen. We never talk for an hour. It never
yeah,
happens. I be lying. I really be trying, but
yeah.
we just kind of get carried away. It's always great
It's all good
conversation.
for
Yeah, man.
sure.
I appreciate you today, bro. I appreciate your perspective. Yeah, I think this was great, man. And thank you for allowing me to share your music with my audience.
For sure, man. I appreciate it, man. If there's anything I can do to, blast out that you running for this position, man, I'd love to help, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Yes. So if you don't know, I'm running to be the SDEC committee man for the Black Caucus of the Texas Democratic Party. What the SDEC is, it is the executive committee for the Texas Democratic Party. So you think about the Democratic Party like a big company, right? So the Texas Democratic Party is a franchise of the larger Democratic Party. And I want to
Hmm.
sit on the executive governing board of one of the franchises. And I
Yeah,
want to represent the Black constituency. So if you are a delegate or you know someone who is a delegate, tell them to vote for Christian T. Don't forget the T. Alexander for your SDEC committee man for the Black Caucus. I've been practicing my political stump speech for a while now, and I think I might have it down. You got to have these pauses in your speech. You know
and
what I mean?
have that,
You gotta have your
have that on them,
cadence down.
and
You know what
have
I
that,
mean? Like,
yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah. I
then
mean,
if it get too bad, you gotta just go on and hit them with the boy. If you don't get if you don't get your public finance scamming ass out of boy, if you don't get
no,
your
we
MAGA
gotta find a way to help our people access some of these tax dollars, man. These cities got to spend that money, man. They got budgets, and then they got to spend that money. Like Jack was saying about the big companies, these cities the same way. These
they
cities,
gotta
these
spend that shit.
counties, they got to spend that shit, and we got to figure out how to get a little bit of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
So,
sure, for sure.
with that
Let's
being
get to
said,
it, man.
Jack, you want to tell the people where to find you? You got any merch dropping? You got anything they need to see or know?
So we got a new single coming out for the new album in a couple of months. We're finishing the album right now. If you follow me on Instagram, I am Jack Freeman. My Twitter is Jack Freeman. I am Jack Freeman on TikTok. I don't really use TikTok like that, but I'm there. Um, and yeah, just follow me for all the cool stuff, man. And we're gonna be right back at you.
Right on, man. Well, I appreciate you, Jack.
Thank you for having me,
Thank
brother.
you, everybody. Thank you, Snooches Booches, for being in the comments. We're going to be back next Thursday. Love, laughter, and learning. And we out. Peace,
Peace.
peace.